Okay, welcome back. Class number 181. We have 15 classes left, only 15 classes left. And, but that means we still have 15 important sessions, 15 times you're going to see me again. You're going to see some of the other teachers again, which means that you can't let your guard down. Okay, class 181. Let's begin by reviewing class 180 on camera number 1. All right, yesterday I was talking about the preposition into. Into doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have a meaning. Into means nothing unless it's connected to another verb. Almost always a movement verb. To go into is entrar yendo. To come into is entrar viniendo. To swim into is entrar a nado. To run into is entrar corriendo o chocar contra. O tropezar con alguien, un amigo, encontrarse con una, por casualidad, to run into. All right? To walk into is entrar andando. Now, to get into is meterse en. To get into. Y también puede ser meterse en un buen lío. Puede ser figurativo. To get into a big problem. To get into trouble. Muy corriente, to get into trouble. No te metas en líos, no te metas en problemas. Don't get into trouble. To get into a mess. Vaya follón. To get into a big mess. Okay? Now, to be into se usa poco. Sin embargo, se usa para cuando eres aficionado, muy aficionado a algo. Bueno, es como tu hobby. All right. O tu dedicación. To be, you can say Maria's she's into Italian. She loves the Italian language, everything Italian, Italy, whatever. She's into Italy and into Italian culture. She is into everything concerning Italy. From the tip of the boot, la punta de la bota, because Italy is a boot. Well, from Sicily, from Syracuse, Siracusa, which is at the tip of Sicily practically, to Lake Como in the north, okay? And from Genoa at one end to Trieste on the other near Slovenia, okay? She's into Italy, including Sardinia, including the island of Elba, all right? She's into Italy. She's into Italian food. She's into Italian opera. She's into Italian culture. She's into the Italian language. She's into she's into Italian history. She's into Italian cuisine. I said that, Italian food. I can't think. She's into she's into the Italian countryside. The countryside is el paisaje, the landscape, the countryside. All right. She's into everything. She's especially into Tuscany and into Sicily. She loves Sicily. She's into everything concerning Sicily. She's into Sicilian wine. She's into Sicilian cuisine. She's into the history of Sicily, including the recent history of the mafia, for example. She's into ancient Sicilian culture, which was a crossroads, un cruce de caminos, un carrefour. She was into a crossroads of the cultures, the Carthaginian culture, the Phoenician culture, the Greek culture that was influencing Sicily before the Romans took control of the island. And she's also into Roman culture in Sicily. There's a lot of Roman culture in Sicily. And what's interesting is, after the fall of the Roman influence on Sicily, the next culture was the Norman culture. For 200 years, los Normandos. Most people don't know that, but Sicily was under Norman control, similar to England with William the Conqueror, for 200 years. And Maria's into that. She's really into Sicily, but she's into Italian culture in general. Okay, me, I'm not into it. Well, I love Italy. I really like Italy. I love the countryside, I love the cuisine, and I love the history of Italy. Okay? The north of Italy is beautiful. The lake area in the north of Italy is absolutely gorgeous. Tuscany is very, very pretty, very interesting. Okay, Umbria is very interesting. Everything is interesting. It's a museum. Spain too. Spain is a museum too. in itself. And I'm more into Spain than I am into Italy, but I'm into both. Okay, so to be into is cuando te apasiona algo y estás muy metido en ese algo. And it can be negative, remember. He's into drugs. Yes, he's into drugs, está metido en droga. He is to be into. En este caso para drogas se usa mucho también. Okay, also, very simple. What was the meeting about? And what was that about? Yeah, before this program, before this segment started of the program, I was adjusting the microphone here, looking at my hair, etc., using the television screen there, and I heard two people shouting. One of them was Maria, and I think the other was Seve. I heard them, they were really shouting like a fight. And Maria came in and she said, "Are you ready to start?" Barking at me. I said, "Well, what was that about? What was all that about?" Se usa mucho así. ¿Y qué pasa? Aquí dirías, ¿qué pasa o qué ha pasado? In English, in estos casos, sería, what was that all about? What was that all about? ¿De qué trataba todo eso? What was that all about? I've never heard Seve raise his voice. And I've never heard Maria raise her voice either. But both of them were raising their voice to the top. And ba, 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 ba. And I said, wow, Maria, what was that all about? My God, I've never heard it. After 8 months here teaching English, I've never heard them raise their voice. But she didn't tell me. So I don't know what it was all about. Maybe I'll find out after the class. Maybe she'll tell me what it was all about. Okay? Yesterday I had an important meeting, but I can't tell you what it was about. Yesterday I had a private meeting. All right, and I need to be discreet. I need to exercise discretion. I can't tell you what the meeting was about. No os puedo decir de qué trataba la reunión. I can't tell you what the meeting was about, but it was about something critical for the future. Yes, it was about something critical. I had a meeting yesterday with the President of the United States, the Prime Minister of Russia, and the Chairman of the Communist Party of China, and the meeting was about something to do with asteroids. That's what the meeting was about. But I can't tell you what the rest of the meeting was about because it's still confidential. And I can't reveal confidential things. I can't reveal secrets, especially about the meeting yesterday. So the meeting was about asteroids, but I can't tell you what the rest of the meeting was about. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hello again, my name's Richard. I'm very pleased to be back with you again with Annette. Annette, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Are you full of energy?
Always.
Excellent stuff. Okay, we have to review the previous show, the previous class, in which we looked at two things. Firstly, the expression to be into something, and secondly, the question, what was something about? ¿De qué iba algo? Let's go back to the first one. To be into something is pues cuando algo te mola mucho, que te gusta mucho. I'm really into football, me encanta el fútbol. I'm really into wine, me encanta el vino. Yeah? I'm really into teaching, me encanta enseñar. Okay? Vale. Annette, are you into sport?
I have to say I'm really into sports, but
Sí.
I'm not really,
I'm not really into sports.
I'm not really into sports.
Ask me.
Are you really into sports?
I'm not really into sport. I'm into armchair sports. Cuando lo ves en la tele, vale. Into armchair sports, but I'm not into sport particularly.
The most important
Sport.
place.
It's a national sport.
Yes.
Sitting on the sofa, having a beer and watching the football. Watching other people run around. Are you into music?
I'm really into music.
Okay, she's into music. What type of music are you into? Ojo, en la fórmula, la pregunta. Into va al final. What type of music are you into? Okay? No al principio, jamás.
I'm in modern and
I'm into, not in, I'm into.
I'm into.
El tú es fundamental.
I'm into modern and classical.
Okay, I'm
music.
into modern and classical music. Por cierto, cuando hablamos muy rápido, como yo, por ejemplo, es muy común pronunciar tu, ta. I'm into football, I'm into wine, I'm into books, I'm into reading, I'm into singing, I'm into...
I'm
oh, say
into
it.
Argentine music.
Okay, you're into Argentine music. Muy bien. Okay, obvio, no?
It's beautiful.
Well, you are Argentinian.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, ask me if I'm into music.
Are you into music?
Pero, a ver, si dices into, tienes que seguir muy rápido.
Ah,
Si yo hablo despacio, digo into.
okay.
Pero into music.
Ah.
Into sport.
Are you into music?
Vale.
Are you into the music? Into music?
Into music, not the music. La música es music. Sin el artículo. Are you into music? Yes, I'm into music. Ask me what kind of music I'm into.
What kind of music are you into?
Excellent. I'm into classical music. Ask me what type of classical music I'm into.
What type of classical music are you into?
Good. I'm into opera. Fantastic. Lo mejor que hay. Okay, para mí. Good. Ask me if I'm into cooking.
Are you into cooking?
I'm not into cooking. Ask me if I'm into eating.
Are you into eating?
I'm really into eating, but I'm not into cooking. Okay? Odio cocinar. I hate cooking. I'm not into it at all. Are you into cooking?
Not so much.
Okay, good. Let's change. We've only got 3 minutes left. Nos quedan tan solo 3 minutos. We've only got 3 minutes left, so we'll change to the other expression from yesterday's class, which was ¿de qué iba? Preguntando, ¿no? ¿De qué iba la reunión?
What was it about it? What was it about?
Eso es, about al final. What was it about? What was the meeting about? Okay? ¿De qué iba tu novela?
What was about your novel?
Y ahora en inglés?
What was your novel about?
Hey, muy bien. What was your novel about? Okay? ¿De qué iba la novela que estabas leyendo?
What was your novel about?
No.
What was your novel you read about?
Vale, what was the novel you were reading
What
about?
was the novel you were reading about?
Lección aquí. About siempre va al final. Da igual lo largo o lo corto que sea la cosa. About siempre va al final. What was the book about? What was the book you were reading last week when I saw you on the tube? About.
Okay.
¿De qué iba el libro que estabas leyendo la semana pasada cuando te vi en el metro? What was the book you were reading last week when I saw you on the metro? About. About siempre va al final. ¿Vale?
Do you want me to repeat that?
¿Vale? Encantado.
What was your book?
What was the book?
What was the book you were reading
Cuando te
when
vi?
I saw you in the subway last month about?
Fantástico. Toma ya. Muy bien. What was the book you were reading last Sunday when I saw you in the tube about? Fantástico. ¿De qué iba el discurso?
What was the, how do you say discurso?
The speech.
What was the speech about?
What was the speech about? ¿De qué iba el discurso que daba el político?
What was the speech the politician gave about?
Muy bien. What was the speech the politician gave about? Okay. ¿De qué iba el discurso que daba el político cuando se cayó del escenario?
What was the speech when the
What was the speech that the politician gave
when
he fell off the stage?
about?
About. ¿Vale? ¿De qué iba el discurso que daba el político cuando se cayó del escenario? What was the speech the politician gave when he fell off the stage? About. About. Siempre va ¿dónde? Al final. ¿Vale? Ok. ¿De qué va este programa?
What's this program about?
Good. What's this program about? This program is about the expression what's something about. Okay? ¿De qué va este programa? What's this program about? Ask me. Good. You know what it's about. Anyway, we have no more time for any more. Se acabó. ¿Vale? Chus. Chao.
Okay, welcome back. Ask me where I'm from. Ask me where I'm from. Fijaos, digo, ask me where I am, no am I. Ask me where I'm from. Richard, where are you from? I'm from the United States. I'm from the States. I'm from the US. Ask me where Maria's from. Ask me where Maria's from. Fijaos como digo Maria is, pego la S a Maria con un apóstrofe. Y luego, ask me where Maria's from. Ask me where Maria's from. Richard, where's Maria from? She's from Almeria. Almeria, you would say in Spanish. In English, Almeria, I think. Are you from Almeria? Yeah, she's from Almeria. Okay? And ask me what I have to do now. Ask me what I have to do now. Sí, directo. What do you have to do now? What do you have to do now? Now I have to change cameras. Okay, so let's change. All right? Now ask me where I got this watch from. Ask me where I got this watch from. Excuse me? Ask me where I got this watch from. Okay, Richard. Okay, fine. I didn't understand you the first time. Richard, where did you get that watch from? This? It was a present. Yeah, it was a present. Ask me who gave it to me. Who gave it to you? Sí, aquí no hay verbo auxiliar. El sujeto es who. My wife did. My wife did. Yeah, she gave it to me. Ask me where she got it from. Sorry? Ask me where my wife got the watch from. Oh, I'm sorry. Where did your wife get it from? Where did she get it from? I don't know. I don't know where she got it from. She bought it. I assume she bought it. I don't think she stole it. And I don't think she received it from another person. So I assume. Yo asumo. En español no suena. I assume es yo doy por sentado que lo compró. I assume she bought it. Okay? But I don't know where she bought it from. I don't know where she bought it. I don't know if she bought it in a small shop, in a big department store. I really don't know. Or maybe she bought it in the rastro. You know, I really don't know. All right? I don't know where she got it from. Yeah. Ask me where I got these pencils from. Richard, where did you get those pencils from? You know, to tell you the truth, I don't know where I got them from. When I sat down at this table, well, this isn't a table, this is a desk. When I sat down at this desk the first time 8 months ago, the pencils were here, sitting fat and happy, tan panchos aquí, sitting here fat and happy. I don't know where I got them from. Somebody gave them to me. I think Maria put them here. I think she put them here on the table. But I don't know where she got them from. Ask me, where did Maria get them from? I don't know where she got them from. I think she got them from Julio. Yeah. You know, but somebody had to buy these pencils. You know, it's interesting. You know, que se quiere ir. It's interesting that all these different colored pencils, I don't know how they ended up here on this desk. And I don't know where the Aprende Inglés got them from. But they got them from somewhere. I imagine they bought these pencils somewhere. Yeah, that's where. And this pen, do you know where I got this from? You don't. I'll tell you where I got this from the marketing department in my company. It says Vaughan on it. It's a Vaughan pen. I got this pen from the marketing department in my company. That's where I got it from. Es ahí de donde lo he conseguido. That's where I got it from. Yeah. And your current English level, where do you get that level from? Your level's not perfect, eh? You make mistakes. You have trouble understanding me well sometimes. Where did you get that level from? Where did you get those mistakes from? You make some very basic mistakes in your English. Where did you get those mistakes from? Probably from teachers who didn't correct you. If you have teachers who don't correct you, change the teacher. The teacher's not doing his job. All right? Make sure the teacher corrects you, because otherwise you develop bad habits. And then for a teacher like me, it's very difficult to eliminate those bad habits. So, you know, where did you get that strange pronunciation from? You know? Or you can ask me, Richard, where did you get that strange pronunciation from? My Spanish accent. Well, my American accent from Texas. Fritos de maíz, el sabor. Yes, that's Texas Spanish, okay? That's where I got my accent from. That's where I got my accent from. All right? Ask me where I got this shirt from. Richard, where did you get that shirt from? I bought it myself. Yeah. I got it from a store in Austin, Texas, because I go shopping once a year. I go shopping when I'm on vacation, because during the rest of the year I don't have time or really the desire to go shopping. All right. So where did I get this shirt from? Is that what you want to know? I don't remember. Do you want to know where I got this shirt from, or do you want to know where I got this watch from? You want to know where I got this shirt from. Well, I got this shirt from a shop, in a shopping mall in Austin, Texas. Yes. All right. Yeah, last August, probably. I don't really remember these things. I don't remember where I get my clothes from. All right. I don't really remember. Yeah. And I have a scar on my finger here. A scar. You know what a scar is? A scar. Well, if I cut myself here, if I'm boxing and there's a cut here, if they cure it very, very well, it doesn't leave a scar. But if the cut is really bad and I need stitches, puntos? Yeah. I need stitches, probably it will leave a scar. And many people ask me, Richard, where did you get that scar from? I said, my grandfather. My grandfather was a doctor and he put something here. I had a birthmark here. When I was born, I had a birthmark here. A birthmark. Interesting, I don't remember how to say it in Spanish. When you're born and you have a mark on your body, un antojo? You say that? Tengo un antojo aquí? That you're born? I think that's it, okay. We say una marca de nacimiento, a birthmark. I had a birthmark here, and my grandfather put something on it. He was a doctor, and it eliminated the birthmark, but it left a different mark, which is not really a scar. But if you ask where I got this scar from, it's from my grandfather. I got it from my grandfather. Interesting stories. I'll be back after our next teacher to continue, or after the break. I think our sponsors have something to say. Welcome back. Excuse me, do you have a question? Yes, Richard. Where was your mother from? My mother was from San Antonio, Texas. And where was your father from? Well, my father was from a small town in central Texas called Bertram. Similar to Beltran in Spanish, the same origin, Bertram. And Richard, yes, where was your uncle from? Well, both of my uncles were from San Antonio too. My father was an only child. My mother had two brothers, and both of them were born, like her, in San Antonio, Texas, in the early 1920s. Richard, excuse me, where is Barack Obama from? I think he's from Hawaii. No, I think he was born in Chicago, or maybe he was born in Kansas. His mother's from Kansas, or he was born in Hawaii. I don't remember where he's from. But I remember it's time for me to pass the baton to another teacher.
Hi there, my name is Carson, nice to see you again. Before we start our class, I'm going to introduce my guest. I have Luca with me today. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
And you?
Fine, thank you. Today, we are going to practice where and from at the very end. For example, where did you get that book from? Where did you get that book from? And you say, I got it from Von Systems. Yeah? So we're going to use the verbs to buy in Spanish.
Comprar.
Good. To be.
Estar.
Yeah, or ser, depending on the question. To get.
¿De dónde lo sacas? O
Yeah, good. Or conseguir, obtener, yes. Things like that. Good. And to come.
Venir.
Good. So we're going to practice those 4 verbs with where and from in a question. So, Luca's going to ask me the questions, but you at home are going to practice out loud, practice the structure, practice the intonation of the question. Luca, ask me where I get my clothes from.
Where do you get your clothes from?
Good. Now, you don't have to say from at the end. You could say, where do you get your clothes? That's fine. But practicing where and from, because it's correct as well. Repeat that.
Where do you get your clothes from?
Good. I get my clothes. I get the majority, la mayoría, I get the majority of my clothes from the United States. Yeah? They're cheaper there. A lot cheaper. They have factory outlets. Yeah? They're cheaper. Good. Ask me where I buy my bread from.
Where do you buy your bread from?
Good. I buy my bread from the local, my neighborhood bread shop. How do you say neighborhood?
Mi vecindario.
Yeah, or could you say barrio?
Yes,
For
barrio.
neighborhood, yeah. Como la panadería en mi barrio, I would say. So my neighborhood bread shop. I get my bread from my neighborhood bread shop. Good. Ask me where this is from.
Where is that from?
Good. What do you call this?
Dress.
Good. Yeah, where's that dress from? Or where's that from? It's from the States. It's from the United States. Good. Ask me where I get my ideas from.
Your?
My ideas.
Where, where do you get your ideas from?
Good. Where do I get my ideas from? Sometimes I get them from my head, and other times I get them from books, right? I get them from blonde books, from English books. Where do you get your ideas from? You could say this to someone who always has crazy ideas. Where do you get your ideas from? Yeah, you're crazy. Good. Luca, ask me where the Queen of England comes from.
Where does the Queen of England come from?
Good, excellent. Where does the Queen of England come from? Practice that intonation. Where does the Queen of England come from?
Where does the Queen of England come from?
Good. Great at imitating. Luca imitates very well. You at home have to imitate that. Practice the intonation. The Queen of England comes from England, of course. Good. Luca, ask me where he bought his car from.
Where did he buy his car from?
Good. Where did he buy his car? He bought his car from a company in Japan. So he bought his car, right? Very possessive. He bought his car. Good, Luca. Ask me where she gets her clothes from.
Where does she get her clothes from?
Good. She gets her clothes from her sister. She gets, conseguir, sacar. She gets her clothes from her sister. She steals them, yeah? Good. Ask me where I've bought groceries from so far this week.
Where have you bought groceries from so far this week?
Excellent. Good. Where have you bought groceries from so far this week? Groceries?
Verduras.
Yeah, good. All right, just the general. You go to the supermarket and you buy the groceries, all of the things at the supermarket. I've bought my groceries from my neighborhood supermarket. Again, my neighborhood supermarket. Good. Ask me where my mom comes from.
Where does your mom come from?
Good. My mom comes from Canada. My mom comes from Canada. Here's the thing. Mom, in British English, we spell M-U-M, mum, mum. In American English, it's M-O-M. But the pronunciation in Canada is still mum, mother, mother. It's not mother, yeah? Isn't that interesting? With the O, mother, 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 Good. Luca, ask me where I got these earrings from.
Where did you get those earrings from?
Good. I say these. Luca says those because of the distance. I got these earrings from my brother. Yeah, they were a gift. I got them from my brother. Ask me where my car comes from.
Where does your car come from?
Good. My car in Canada. I don't have one here. My car in Canada comes from Germany. Yeah? Where does your car come from?
My car comes from, it's my mother's car.
Good. Good. So my car comes from
My mother's
Perfect.
car.
My mother.
Ah, from my mother.
Because my car came from my mother. She gave it to me. So my car comes from my mother. Yeah, it's perfect. Good. Ask me where my father is from.
Where is your father from?
Good. My father's from the north of England. My father's, you can contract, my father is. My father's from the north of England. Good. Ask me where this chair came from.
Where did that chair come from?
Good, 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 good. Excellent. Come, came, come, right? So come in the present and come in the participle. Good. Repeat that.
Where did that chair come from?
Excellent. This chair came from, how do you say a shop for muebles? Do you know mueble?
I don't know.
We say furniture. Furniture. Have you heard that?
Yes.
Yeah? Furniture. So this chair came from a furniture shop. A furniture shop. Now, furniture. Furniture. It sounds like a CH. Furniture is muebles in general. Furniture, good. So it came from a furniture shop. Ask me where my brother gets his money from.
Where does your brother get his money from?
Good, you're not going to believe it, Luca. My brother gets his money from poker.
Does he?
Yeah, he's a professional poker player. Good, so my brother gets his money from playing poker. So you can add the playing as the noun, playing poker. Good. Ask me where my brother's wife comes from.
Where does your brother's wife come from?
Excellent. My brother's wife comes from the east of Canada. The east of Canada. Where does your family come from? I'll be more specific. Where does your mother's family come from?
My mother's family come from...
Come. Okay, no, you're right. You can say come or comes, because it could be plural or singular. You choose.
From Catalonia.
Good, repeat that.
My mother's family come from Catalonia.
Excellent. Now here with family, family is and family are. They are both acceptable. My mother's family come, or my mother's family comes from Canada. They're both acceptable. Good with teams, families, groups, things like that. Good. Where do you get your bread from?
I get my bread from my neighborhood bakery.
Good, excellent with bakery. Bakery, yeah? Every place that makes bread, that makes muffins, that makes baking, yeah? Excellent, good. Where does your father's side of the family, come from?
My father's side of the family come from Bilbao.
Excellent, good. So you could say my father's family or my father's side of the family. My mother's side of the family. My side of the family. My husband's side of the family. Good. Where do you buy your groceries from?
I buy my groceries from my neighborhood supermarket.
Good. So the word of the day is neighborhood with the pronunciation. Keep practicing the where and the from structure. See you next time. Bye-bye.
You know, some people ask me, they say, Richard, why do you teach so many hours? You're the boss. You can stay at home. You can delegate these things. Why do you spend so much time teaching on television, on the radio? And I say, well, because I want to. Or because I like to. Why do I teach? I teach because I like to. I teach because I want to. I teach because I need to. Hay necesidad. Me hace falta. Or I teach because I have to, porque me obligan, because I have to. En los cuatro casos, la partícula esa tú se queda pegado como un apéndice innecesario, porque se entiende. Yo enseño porque quiero enseñar. I teach because I want to teach. Quito el teach, pero dejo el tú. I teach because I want to. Enseño porque quiero. I teach because I want to. Enseño porque me gusta. I teach because I like to. No because I like it. Okay. I like it. I like it is different. Tengo este libro aquí porque me gusta. El libro. I have this book here because I like it. Uso este libro porque me gusta. Podría ser las dos cosas. I use this book because I like it. Intrínsecamente me gusta el libro. O porque me gusta usarlo. I use this book because I like to. Aquí ambos valen. It depends on your approach to the expression. But today we're going to look at want to, but we're going to look at it on camera number 1, please. Okay. Are you there? All right. Okay, now, I've never traveled around. I've never traveled around northern Greece, but I'd like to. I'd really like to. Someday, maybe. I've never been to Anatolia. I've never traveled around Anatolia. Anatolia is an area of Turkey with a lot of interesting history. I've never traveled around Anatolia, but I would certainly like to. Yeah. Sin duda me gustaría, pero eso sí me gustaría, me encantaría. I would love to. Yeah. I've never been to Rio de Janeiro, but I'd love to go. Yes. I've never traveled to Rio, but I'd love to. I'd really love to. Listen, would you like to speak English perfectly? Poof, I'd love to. All right. Then keep working. Would you like to be a millionaire? Pooh, I'd love to. Well, then keep working. Keep making an effort. Yes. The important things in life never come free, except love, maybe, or happiness. Does it come free, or do you need to work to be happy? Not really. You need to have you need to develop or maintain a good attitude towards life if you want to be happy. It's a question of your attitude towards yourself and towards other people and towards life in general, toward the typical problems that you encounter in life. If you have a positive attitude, it's much easier to really enjoy life and to be happy. So, would you like to be happy? Oh, I'd love to. Well, then adopt or develop a positive attitude towards everything. Okay, remembering that bad things exist. Many bad things exist, but there's not much you can do about it. Okay, really. So try to focus on things that can bring you satisfaction, happiness, people, etc., and avoid things that are bad. If you can change some of them, try, but don't get so obsessed that you lose your perspective on what's important for you. And if you're happy, make sure you're happy, then the people around you are often happy too, at least happier. And you contribute to the general good. Oh, esto es filosófico, yeah. If you're happy, if you're not, if you're obsessed, if you suffer anxiety and frustration, it emanates to other people. So first, look out for yourself. Vela por tu propio bien. It's a bit of a selfish way, un poco egoísta, no? It's a bit of a selfish way. But if you make sure that you're happy, and to be happy means you need to have a positive attitude. It's impossible to be happy with a negative attitude. Hay muchos ricos desgraciados, okay, in this world. Then other people will be happy too, and you will be able to propagate happiness better than other people. But if you try to make other people happy, but you don't look after yourself, it doesn't work as well. So really, some people say, el egoísmo es virtuoso, the virtue of selfishness. I'm not sure I agree with that way of representing this phenomenon, but the phenomenon's true. I'm not sure if it's right to say selfishness is the best policy, but some philosophers think it is, okay? So, but in any case, we're getting off on a tangent. I teach because I want to. I teach because I like to. I teach because I need to. Enseño aquí porque me obligan. A punto de pistola. Yeah. I teach because I have to. I have no choice. I'm living in Spain because I want to live here. Why am I in Spain? I'm here because I want to. Yeah. I come to the TV show because I want to. Yes. I would love to visit Hawaii. Yes. I've never gone there. I've never traveled to Hawaii, but I'd love to. All right. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello there. It's good to see you again. You're welcome, and thank you for watching. And we're going to begin your class today with 5 vocabulary words, okay? And to help us, we have Annette. Are you ready to help us?
Yes, I am.
Are you ready for vocabulary?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Are you ready at home? Okay. So, the first word, spontaneous.
Espontáneo.
Okay, very good. And in English?
Spontaneous.
Very good. So, in English, spontaneous. And in Spanish?
Espontáneo.
Very good. So, spontaneous. Spontaneous. Okay, number 1. Number 2, waste basket.
Papelera.
Very good. Waste basket. And in English?
Waste basket.
Perfectly pronounced. Perfectly pronounced. Waste basket. Number 3, target. Target.
Objetivo.
Okay.
Blanco.
Very good. Very good. So target with a hard G. Target. Can you say it in English?
Target.
Very good. Very good. Target.
Target.
Target. Okay. Number 4, to be in trouble. To be in trouble.
Estar metido en un problema.
Okay. O en un lío.
En
también.
un lío.
Okay. Are you ever in trouble?
Not sometimes.
No? Okay. Okay.
Sometimes.
Okay. The last one, Step by step. Step by step.
Paso a paso.
Very good. So step by step. Paso a paso. Step by step. Okay. Now, some grammar. We're going to practice with the verb couldn't. Okay. Wanted to, but couldn't. Wanted to, but couldn't. So, for example, no pudimos ir a Croacia, pero queríamos.
We couldn't go to Croatia, but we wanted.
To.
We couldn't go to Croatia, but we wanted to.
Very good. And again.
We couldn't go to Croatia, but we wanted to.
Very good. We couldn't go to Croatia, but we wanted to. We couldn't go to Croatia, but we wanted to. And you could also say we wanted.
We wanted to go to Croatia, but we couldn't.
Okay, we wanted to go to Croatia, but we couldn't. We wanted to go to Croatia, but we couldn't. Okay. No tiene una casa en propiedad, pero le gustaría.
He didn't own.
Right now.
He didn't.
He doesn't.
He doesn't own a house, but he wanted to.
Oh, but he would like to.
He didn't.
He doesn't.
He doesn't own a house, but he wanted
to.
He
Sorry, excuse me.
wanted to.
But he would like to. But he would like to.
But he would like to.
And one more time. He doesn't.
He doesn't own a house, but he would like to.
Very good. Okay. He doesn't own a house, but he would like to. He doesn't own a house, but he would like to. Or he doesn't own a house, but he'd like to. Okay. Nunca he visto el Taj Mahal, pero me gustaría.
I have never seen the Taj Mahal, but I would like to.
Very good. Again.
I've never seen the Taj Mahal, but I would like to.
Excellent. I've never seen the Taj Mahal, but I'd like to. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Me neither. Okay. I've never seen the Taj Mahal, but I'd like to. I would like to. I'd like to. Okay. She's never seen the Taj Mahal, but she'd like to. Okay. For example, France. Okay. She would like to France, but she would like to go to France, but
She couldn't.
okay. And the full sentence.
She would like to go to France, but she couldn't.
Okay. She would like to go to France, but she couldn't. In the past tense.
She would like.
Or she wanted.
She wanted to go to France, but she could not. She
Okay,
couldn't.
She couldn't. She wanted to go to France, but she couldn't. In the past tense. She wanted to go to France, but she couldn't. Okay. To the English class. Okay. She wanted to go to the English class.
But she couldn't.
And again.
She wanted to go to the English class, but she couldn't.
Okay. Me. I wanted to go to Argentina.
You wanted to go to Argentina, but you couldn't.
But you couldn't. Okay. Or I couldn't go to I wanted to go to Argentina, but I couldn't. I wanted to go to Argentina, but I couldn't. Okay. I'd like to own a Ferrari right now.
You would like to own a Ferrari, but you couldn't.
And right now, can't. You can't.
You wouldn't like. You would like to own a Ferrari, but you can't.
Okay. And yesterday?
You wouldn't like to own a Ferrari.
So
but
yesterday, I wanted to.
You wanted to own a Ferrari, but you couldn't.
But you couldn't. So I wanted to own a Ferrari, but I couldn't. I wanted to own a Ferrari, but I couldn't. Okay. Yesterday, I wanted to watch the TV, but
you couldn't.
Okay.
You wanted to watch the TV yesterday.
The TV.
You wanted to watch the TV yesterday, but you couldn't.
Okay. You wanted to watch the TV yesterday, but you couldn't. Okay. You wanted to watch the TV yesterday, but you couldn't. Okay. They wanted to watch the TV yesterday, but
they couldn't.
Okay.
They wanted to watch the TV yesterday, but they couldn't.
Okay. They wanted to watch the TV yesterday, but they couldn't. Okay. When I was young, I wanted to run faster.
When you were young, you wanted to run faster, but you couldn't.
Okay. Okay. Yesterday, I wanted to eat less.
Yesterday, you wanted to eat less, but you couldn't.
Okay. Yesterday, you wanted to eat less, but you couldn't. Yesterday, you wanted to eat less, but you couldn't. Okay. I was hungry. Yesterday, I wanted to make bread, but
you couldn't. Yesterday you wanted to make bread, but you couldn't.
Okay. Yesterday you wanted to make bread, but you couldn't. Now repeat at home. Yesterday you wanted to make bread, but you couldn't. Okay, good. Yesterday you wanted to make bread, but you couldn't. Okay. Yesterday I wanted to sell my house.
Yesterday you wanted to sell your house, but you couldn't.
Okay, and again.
Yesterday you wanted to sell your house, but you couldn't.
Excellent. Yesterday you wanted to sell your house, but you couldn't. Yesterday you wanted to sell your house, but you couldn't. Okay. Yesterday I wanted to eat fish.
Yesterday you wanted to eat fish, but you couldn't.
Okay. Yesterday you wanted to eat fish, but you couldn't. You wanted to eat fish, but you couldn't. Did you want to eat fish yesterday?
I wanted to eat fish yesterday, but I couldn't.
Okay. What about them? They?
They wanted to eat fish yesterday, but they couldn't.
Okay. What about George?
George wanted to eat fish yesterday, but he couldn't.
Okay.
He couldn't.
He couldn't. Okay. He wanted to eat fish yesterday, but he couldn't. Okay. You practice your English yesterday.
I wanted to practice my English yesterday, but I couldn't.
What happened?
The weather.
The weather. Okay. Okay. So she wanted to practice her English yesterday, but she couldn't because of the weather. Okay. Now, don't forget to practice your English. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. Keep talking, keep repeating, and we'll see you very soon. Goodbye.
All right. One more class out of the way. Quitar de medio una clase más. To get one more class out of the way. We have managed to get one more class out of the way. Tomorrow we have class number 182, which means that we have only 14 classes left. Less than 3 weeks left. We're getting closer and closer to the end, and you're getting closer and closer to a decision whether to continue taking advantage of this program. These classes will continue. And I recommend that you watch, if you're not an official student, I recommend that you continue trying to watch these programs as much as possible. Stay in touch. Keep the television on. Even if you're reading a book or doing other things, keep the sound of the English close to you. It's always helpful. See you tomorrow.